Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Loungers Podcast. I hope everybody's doing good. Everybody has had a wonderful day, and life is treating you really good. And depending on where you're at, you might be getting some snow. I know down south, Kentucky and all them areas, the snow is coming, which I kind of expected that. You know, you can't have beautiful weather through the entire winter. It's just usually not very it's not very often that happens. Anyways, that's all right. Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it do what it's got to do, because you know what, we got everything we need here, so we're doing all right. Before I get started here, I want to take the time to give a shout out to all the loungers, and also to those that are subscribed to the lounge here recently. I want to thank you for subscribing. I want to thank you for becoming a part of what we do here. You know, sometimes it can get quiet, you know, a little bit quiet around the lounge, and you know, that's unfortunate, but as busy as things can be, everybody understands that is, you know, life happens outside of the channel, and that's just the way it is, right? I wanted to talk about our newest guest that we had this past week, actually, because it's just now Saturday. So, and that's Steven. I wanted to talk about something that he spoke about, and I want you guys to think about this as well. I want you to also try to not do something that we all have such a habit of doing, because it doesn't help in any way. It doesn't help. When you are being bullied, it's bad enough when you're hearing someone saying it to you, or you're hearing someone tell you someone said something. But it's even worse when you read the messages. Now, unfortunately, sometimes I see the message, not all of it, because as soon as I notice that it is a message coming from somebody trying to be a bully or to be negative, I just instantly move on. Now, I'm not saying everybody does it, but Stephen made a good point. When we read that, it's our own voice that we're hearing in our mind. So if it's sitting there saying, "Oh, I think you're stupid," you're not hearing that person's voice at all. You're actually hearing your own voice. And I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all, but it makes a lot of sense. It's just like if, you know, you're having a conversation with a friend and, you know, you're reading back something. You're hearing it in your own mind of what's being said. It's the same thing when someone's being positive to you about things. It's your mind relaying it back to you, right? So it makes a lot of sense. So do your best to ignore it. Delete it. Whatever you got to do. With me being the owner of this channel, there's a lot of messages that come in, and there are little pieces that I read, not purposely, but because I have to. As I go down the list, I'm going to see it until I notice that it's negative, and then I just block it or delete it. That's another reason why when I see negative comments, I ask my mods to delete things, because I don't want to see that on the channel. I don't want you to see it, right? Because we don't want negative things coming across. But it's social media and it's going to happen. But we need to do what we can to avoid it. So when we see it, we just get rid of it. Don't open it up, or like on a comment, obviously it's already, the whole comment's there. But as soon as you see that it's something bad, don't force yourself to continue to read it. Just move on, get rid of it, and move on. Because anything negative, I mean, you got to think about this. Anything negative, it's going to have an impact on you in one way or another, regardless. Right? So, again, Stephen is the one that brought that up, and I was thinking about it when I was going through messages and stuff like that, because I seen a couple that was going to be negative, but I just completely skipped over it, removed it, and went on. And it does make such a difference. So if you have someone out there picking on you, or writing you, or whatever it is, ignore it and move on, because you're going to feel a lot better by doing that instead of actually giving them the attention to even read it. Because if you think about it, we're doing nothing more than giving them what they want. And that needs to change, because, like Steven said, I've said it, many people have said it, bullying's never going to go away. It's never going to completely just vanish. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But what can happen is being prepared for it. Learning how to handle the situation and things that we can do to avoid it. So, I want you to think about that. And I want you to remember that next time someone's writing you something and you know it's not going to be nice, why read it? Because it's just going to be your voice throwing it back at you and making you feel down. So pay no attention to it. Remove it. Block it. Whatever you got to do. All right? Normal schedule. Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Raising awareness for bullying. I hope to see a crowd there. I was really hoping we would have had a bigger crowd when Steven came. But that's just a matter of we need to do some work here and get more people involved. We need to get more people aware of what we do on Sunday nights. So I'm going to ask some of you out there, whoever chooses to do it, that is, to help me do some recruiting here. I'm going to go and I'm going to look around on Facebook, check out some different groups, and throw the information out there so people know it exists, right? Because really that's the main problem is we're just not that popular. So let's try to do some recruiting if you guys don't mind to help out on that. Continue to share, continue to like, continue to, even just like on Twitter, if you guys are just sitting around, maybe just throw up a message about the lounge and the raising awareness for bullying, and just throw up our link, our regular YouTube link. I've got it down below so you can copy it as well. And, that way if you're just sitting around, you can do a Facebook or Twitter or even Instagram. Even do a quote, do a little image. If those of you that are sighted, if I could do it, I would. But if those of you that are sighted could throw out some Instagram quotes, sharing that. Just do a quote like raising awareness at the lounge. Raising awareness for bullying at the lounge, and put our URL in the image. That's the cool thing now. It's how you can write in with an image, so you can even put the link right there in the image. So if you guys could share on some raising awareness, recruiting, I'd really, really appreciate it. Let's try to get some more people in here. We're doing good. We're over 900 now, so we got just a little less than 100 to go. We'll be at 1,000, and then we're going to keep on moving forward. But this raising awareness means a lot to me. It really does. And not only that, but you guys can even just tweet out things about the motivational speaking that I do randomly throughout, the week and weekends, that I'll, how I publish these podcasts, doing speeches and stuff like that. It's really up to you however you want to do it, if you want to do it. But I know I could use your help here. I really want to get our name out there more than what we are now, because I know that we can really have a positive impact on the community, and on those that are just looking for person-to-person support, those that are just looking for motivation and things that they can do to raise their self-esteem, and those that are going through bullying and all that. There's so many good things that come out of the lounge that some people don't see, but we do. The ones that believe in what I do and believe in the channel and believe in, all that stuff that's supportive, you guys know, and you guys already understand, but let's help other people understand what we really are about here. It's not about the donations. It's not about the giveaways. It's not about the none of that. It's about being supportive, right? So if you guys could do that, I'd really appreciate it. I love you guys very much. I just tweeted here a little earlier. Another link there on our marketing site. So if you want to go check out the blog, you're welcome to do that. Every day I put out little short videos just to inspire people on the business side of things and even on the personal side. So anyways, guys, I love every one of you. I hope you guys have a wonderful late Friday night. I am going to actually kick back, listen to a movie, and I'll be back here tomorrow to hang out with you guys on video for a little bit. So we'll talk to you guys here a little later on. See ya.